welcome to the semifinals here in the preseason tournament. The Slippery Rock Panthers are facing off against the Portersville Warriors. Slippery Rock in round 2 ended up taking off, ended up winning the Patriots series 2-0. Portersville, I think this is their 3rd game today. They took out Mentor in the first round, and now they're here. So this is their 2nd game as well. Tiffany there with that service. Katrina from the back line finding its way forward. Elisa gives that one to Coleman out the back middle. Able to slap that one over to the Warriors side. Tiffany gets a hand forward, and Katie there to finish off that play. Elisa off to the left side. Juliana Toth there with a boomer. Out of bounds it falls, and we got a tie ball game, 1 apiece. Oh, my bad. I forgot who was home and away. Not me. No, I'm right. I think I'm right. Portersville sub. All right, I'll be right from here on out. Beautiful diving play. Elisa there to finish that one off. Caught in the net, number 3, Alyssa from the Portersville side will give the Panthers their first point of the match. We got a 2-1 game here. I got my one mistake of the match out of the way, so we can move on. And yeah, service up by Toth into the back line. Noel finding its way forward. Sayla getting that one into the middle, where Madison finishing it off. Sayla there on that right side with a set into the back corner, kept alive by Madison into the middle, called for the carry. Looks to be, she didn't give me a number. I don't know who to go off of. I zoned out for that split second. It's 2 apiece. We got a tie game. Playing to 25 in this best of 3 series. Slap up. Toth not able to clear the netting. If she put a little bit of top spiral on it, it might have cleared. But alas, here we are. Katie got a substitute out. I don't have number 11's name, so we're just going to go off the numbers. Portersville leading Slippery Rock 3-2. Number 11 service. Up and over. Cassandra with the receiving side. Elisa back setting. Hits the top of the net. Monica keeps it alive. Katrina not quite able to swing that one wide enough. And Alyssa claims a point for Portersville. 4-2 is the score. 2-point separation. Service by number 11. Controlled by Monica. Finding Elisa. Back to Monica. Gets that shot past the blocker. Into the middle. Noel there with a left-handed attack to the back line. Coleman receiving that one. Clearing the ceiling. Katrina sends that one soaring and just out of bounds. Service by number 11, able to get that one up and over. Monica finding its way forward. Armour getting that past the block of Noel and returned by Alyssa. Shot comes in by Monica. Blocked away. Diving play by Armour. Not able to get there. Portersville getting pumped up from that. Gaining momentum here in the series. Point differential by 4. 6-2 the current score. Portersville slowly pulling this one away. Number 11 service gets that one up and over from the back line. Toth finds its way to Monica. Bumps that one over the shoulder off the top of the net. Tiffany from the back line finds Madison. Cross the crease it goes. Slap comes over by Noel. Out of bounds to hit the wall. And now the Panthers are down by 3. Arthur goes onto the front line in place of Cassandra. Here's Coleman with the shot. A little too much mustard on that one. Panthers down 7-3. Alyssa, number 3 in the Portersville side here with the service. Sends that one up and over to the back line. Katrina finding that one forward. Elisa sends that one straight into the air, and Katrina there to finish that one off into the back line of the Portersville side. Madison to Noel, sets that one past the block, diving play. Katrina keeps that one going. Madison gets in a sitting battle with Armour, gets a second touch, and under the line is called. Panthers picking up a point from the fault, and they're now at 4. I think they called Noel number 10 on that foul. She was the one. Looks like she's pleading her case right now. That's what I'm going off of. Elisa there sending that one up and over. Tiffany with a receiving touch. Madison back, bumping that one over to Sayla. That sends that one over. Elisa forward. Katrina then to Coleman on the back line. Sends that one up. Madison with a secondary touch. Noel there sets that one up off the block of Katrina. Panthers will return that, but Sayla's going to get caught in the net. Panthers now at 5. Substitution call, number 22 coming onto the court in place of Alyssa to play the back line. Front line. They're playing they actually do a defensive stance for the services. Respect. 22's first touch goes a little AWOL. Tiffany not able to recover from that. A little visibly upset from there. Here comes the service. Elise able to get that one up and over number 11. Able to get that one forward. Back bump from Madison. Able to find Noel on that finalization. Martha to Katrina. Back setting over to Monica. Slaps that one past the block with a little bit of a feint. Number 22 first touch. Tiffany across the crease. Sayla there to finish that one off. Katrina sends that one right side. Martha able to finish it into the back line. Kept alive by number 11. Over to Sayla. Throws that into the middle. And the finalization by Madison sends that one across the net. Juliana forward. Katrina off to the left. And Coleman there to finish it off with a bump. Number 11 into the middle. Madison with a back set. Able to find his way to Noel. Goes off Coleman and out of bounds. 2-point lead back into the Portersville hands. It's an 8-6 game. Sayla here with the service on the number 13 in the navy blue. Coleman up to Katrina, finding its way to Monica. Skips out across the lake and sends that one sailing. Panthers down 7-8. Here's the service from Monica. Leans a little left on that one. Able to get a handle on that one with Sayla. Crosses the Panther territory. Juliana throws that against the net. Goes off the block of Noel. Katrina then promptly the floor. 2-point separation once again in play. Katie comes on to play the front line. Number 11 taking a seat on the bench. And here's Noel. Number 10 in the navy blue with the service. That one up and over. Coleman able to get a hand on that one. Katrina able to find its way over towards that right side. Martha throws that one over, but not down. Noel making sure of that. Dump off by Katrina will make them pay. Panthers now up. Or Panthers closing that gap. They're down to a 1-point differential. Martha Depute here serving the 8-9 game. Lets that one go. And bounds is the call. Panthers tying it up 9 apiece. Alright, the service able to get that one up and over, controlled by Sayla, able to find Madison. It dropped. Oh my gosh. Bear with me for a moment. Why is it spicy? Katrina there in the middle, finding its way over towards that right side. Cassandra throwing it past the block and scores. Cassandra pulls a lead for the Panthers the first time this match, 10-9. Martha able to get that one deep. Sayla receiving that one, finding Madison just absolutely taking that one to town. Drops that one like an earthquake. We got a 10-all game now. Substitution 11 going off, and Alyssa coming back on to play the attacking line. Service here by Madison, number 2 in the navy blue. Slaps that one up and across to the stick of butter. Kept alive by Monica, finding Katrina over towards Cassandra. Slaps that one into the back middle. Sayla hitting it into the ceiling. Defense not quite sure what to do with that one, and the Panthers are now up 11-10. Katrina Eisler there with that service, able to get that one up. He never hits the face of Sayla and down to the floor. Service ace for Katrina. Score is now 12 for the Panthers, 10 for the Warriors. It's a much more tight-knot game than it was in day number 1. Hits the ceiling and ricochets onto the floor. Madison put a lot of mustard on that one. Eisler here with the service, sends that one soaring into the backfield. She's starting to get a handle on her service, but not quite there yet. 13-11 is current score. Portersville service, they're down by 2. Tiffany there, sending that one shallow, just making it over, and you can't cut it much closer than that. Tiffany making it a 1-point differential there with that service, and she'll get a second shot here. Kept alive by Monica, finding Elise in the front row. Cassandra there, tipping that one past the block. Madison receiving that one. Alyssa over to Sayla off the block at Cassandra, and out of bounds. 13 all, tied up like a hog in a rodeo. Portersville service, Tiffany, number 14, sends this one over. Coleman with it, off to the right side. Elise able to recover from that. Todd throws that one to the back line. Tiffany ready for that one. Madison into the middle. Katie there, trying to drop the boom. Called for the carry. And Armors blocked there, claiming a point. Juliana Toth service, 14 Panthers, 14 Panthers, 14 Warriors. goes on to play the back row in place of Katie, number 8. Service up and over. Monica able to get a hand on that one, throws it into the netting, it's dumped down by Noel. Timeout by the Slippery Rock Panthers. Portersville is up 15-14. We'll be right back when they're ready to rock and roll once again. Alrighty, both teams ready to rock and roll once again. Here is number 11 with the service for the Warriors. They're up by 1. Service up and over. Katrina from the back line throws that one over towards our right side arm. Able to back that one into Toth's hands. Throws that one far. Tiffany getting a hand on that one. Not able to tame that beast, and we got a tie ball game at 15. A pop. Farther on the court, playing front line for Cassandra. Cammy Coleman there with that service. Throws that one up and over. Tiffany Ford. Madison able to find it to the far side, but not able to claim a third touch for the Warriors. Little miscommunication there. Panthers pick up their 16th point of the match. Coleman there sending that one up and over. Getting a hand on that one. Number 11 finding its way over to Madison. Into the back line. Tiffany clears the netting. Martha with the first touch. Armor able to get that one over towards that right side slot. Comes down by Martha. Blocked away by Noel. Diving play by Coleman. Keeps it alive, and Elisa to finish off the play. Noel dumps it, and Martha ready for it. Tiffany to the front line. Madison able to send that one to Noel. Throws that over with the left hand. Diving play by Toth. Keeps it alive. Elisa to finish it off. Madison far side finds Sailor. Throws it to the back line. Coleman into the ceiling. No one there ready for that, and the Warriors bring it back to 16 apiece. Portersville here serving this one up is number 3, Alyssa. Gets that one up and over, leaning left side. Coleman there receiving that one, finding Armor, able to backset that one over to Monica in an awkward situation, bumps it rather than an attack. Madison into the middle. Noel comes down with a boomer and takes the lead with that play. Portersville up 17, Slippery Rock at 16. Alyssa service able to get that one up and over, controlled by Monica into the hands of Elisa to finish it off. Madison able to find Sale on the left side, able to just time it perfectly with Martha's block to claim that point. 18-16, Portersville in the lead by 2 now. Alyssa here with that service, gets that one up, over, out of bounds. Alyssa takes a seat on the bench, number 22 to play the back row. Service by Armour, able to get that one over. Tiffany to the front line, finding Madison, gets it to Noel. Slaps that one across the block. Juliana to Katrina that dumps it off. 22 diving play, finds Madison over to Noel with the left-handed attack. Gets that one over was Monica. 11 back to Katrina, sends that one to the Portersville side, kept alive. Madison with a dump, goes off Monica, and down to the floor. 19-17, and the Panthers without a timeout to stop this momentum. Number 13 here is Sailor here with that service, able to send that one up and over. Coleman able to find Katrina, throws that towards that right side into the netting. Noel throwing that one down, double touch called on Monica DePew. Breaks the 20-point marker for the Portersville Warriors. Service by Sailor, able to get that one deep into the Panthers zone. Mark throws it up, and Noel dunks it down. Portersville at 21, Slippery Rock at 17. Sailor there sending that one up and over. Coleman able to get that one to Katrina, sending that one over to the left side. Martha able to send that one to the back row, but kept alive by Tiffany. Madison there finding that one over to Tiffany once more for the bump across. Armour there forward. Katrina able to bump that one back into the back row. Attack for Coleman. Hits the wall out of bounds. 22 Warriors, 17 Panthers here in game number 1. Sailor there with that service, throwing that one over, getting a hand on that one. Monica finding its way to Katrina, back over to Monica, setting that one over. 11 with the first touch, Madison with the secondary finalization. Noel able to get that one to the back row. Juliana diving play by Katrina, not able to get it up in the air enough to be playable. 6 points is the difference. Warriors up 23-17, 2 points away from closing out game 1. Sailor with that service short. Monica getting it back over to the Warriors side. Tiffany finding its way over to Noel, kept alive by Monica, back to the Warriors side. It falls. Madison over to Tiffany, spikes that one across, kept alive by Elisa Ford. Katrina able to find its way to the left side, and Monica slips up a bit on her footwork and that causes the ball to fall short. Match point Warriors. Sailor service able to get that one up and over. Monica getting a hand on that one. Katrina with that secondary throws that one to the left side. Popped over by Martha, diving play by 22. Not able to pass go, not able to collect $200. And that gives Panthers their last spark of hope here in game number 1. Panthers have a little bit of ways to go with 7 points to be made just to get a 1-point lead back. Service by Monica, not able to get that one over. And that is the end of game number 1. Portersville takes the lead over Slippery Rock in the series 1-0 as the final score of game 1 was 25-18, and we'll move on to game number 2 here shortly. Alrighty, looks like both teams ready to rock and roll once again. Portersville coming off a high from the first game. Let's see if they can ride out that momentum and possibly make it into the finals. The winner of this game makes it into the finals. The loser goes on to play the winner of that game over there. Service by Julian, able to get that one over. Tiffany with the first touch. Madison with that secondary, able to make that one forward. Gets that one up and over. There's the touch from Katie. Monica getting a hand into the netting. Elisa not able to take that one out with a third touch. And that will be the first point to Portersville. Tiffany here with the service. Sends that one up and over. Monica sending it back to the Warriors side. Bumped up by Madison. Dumped off by Alyssa. Diving play by Monica. Caught off guard. Not able to do anything with that one. Panthers just looking for a little bit of traction here early on in game number 2. Score is 2-0 in the favor of the Warriors. Tiffany there sending that one up and over. Katrina there bumping that one back into the Warriors side. Tiffany ready for that one. Goes off of Alyssa into the Panthers zone. Cassandra with the first touch. Elise into the back row. Finding Toth. Will finish off that play. Hits the ceiling. But Madison there ready for that one. Katie there with that attack. And it'll be out of bounds. Alright, they're substituting into the front row for Cassandra. And here's Cammie Coleman with the service. Sends that one up and over. Caught up by Noel, thrown forward. Madison getting that one across the court to Alyssa, and that'll finish off the attack. Elisa with the dump. Katie ready for that one. Called for the carry. Panthers tied up to a piece. Coleman there with that service. Able to get that one to the back row. Goes up. Noel, then Tiffany, then promptly the floor. Panthers now have the lead 3-2. Shot goes up and over from Coleman. Portersville not quite sure what to do with that one. The blazing speed, you can smell the smoke for miles off that shot. Cammie a little excited with a little celebration after that one. Left out of bounds. Cammie put a little bit too much oomph behind that one. And the Panthers have a 1-point lead once again. Katie taking a seat on the bench. Number 11 coming in to play the back row. 3-4 the score. Service up and over by number 11. Katrina there controlling that one forward. Armor able to find its way into the hand of Martha. Throws that one across the court, out of bounds. But they're going to say Alyssa was in the netting, so the Panthers gain their 5th point of the match. 3-5 is now the score. I'm not making the calls. I'm just forwarding information to you guys at home. Shot goes over by Elisa. Sail it forward, and Madison dumping that one off. Elisa able to find that way to Katrina, dumping that one over to the Warriors side. Tiffany ready for that one. Madison able to find Noel. Slaps that one across. Goes off Monica and out of bounds. That was probably shaky, but I mean, it be like it is when it do. Four to 5 is the current score. Portersville down but not out. Shot comes up and over by Alyssa, controlled by Elisa into the front line. Katrina finding its way to Monica. Blocked away by Noel. Diving play by Katrina, not able to avail to anything opportunity-wise. And the tie is scored. Yeah, that's English. Service goes up and over. Alyssa out of bounds as it hits the wall. Panthers regain their 1-point lead. Substitution for Portersville. Number 22 comes onto the court. Number 3, Alyssa takes a seat on the bench. And here comes Monica with the service. Slaps that one up and across with a stick of butter. 22 with that first touch. There's that Panthers side. Martha finding its way to Katrina. Back setting that one over to Toth. Sends that one up. Noel, just a brick wall on defense. Katrina with that third touch. And that is all she wrote. Tied up once once again, 6-6. The fact that the two teams talk to each other during this game boggles my mind. Elisa flubbed up on the approach on that one, and well, that's where it all went wrong. 1 point difference. Sailor there with that service, able to get that one over. Elisa with a redeeming quality, able to finish that one off. Juliana there with that third touch. Slap comes up, no power behind that one. It looked like a dead fish slapping a bowling ball. I wasn't meant to be mean. That was the first thing that just came in my mind. Martha there with a service into the back line. Number 11 able to get a hit on that one. Madison able to find its way to Noel. Noel screams that one over top the net. Cassandra there to finish it off to the back line, finding 11 in the process. Getting that one up, Tiffany comes over with a smacker, finds a spot in the defense and picks it for all it's worth. Panthers down 8-7. Amy Coleman coming back into the game in place of Martha in the back row. Substitution for the Portersville Warriors. Katie goes onto the court, number 11 taking her spot on the bench. Noel, the player of the hour, sending this one up and over. Monica getting a hand on that one. Katrina able to back set that one over to Juliana. That sends that one over with a set. Noel from the back line finding Madison. Throws that one a little far into the crowd. Tiffany almost went down and took a chunk out of the bleachers, but she was able to find her balance in the process. And it's all right. 8-all Katrina service. I was zoomed in a little too far, my bad. Tiffany Madison getting that one to the back line of the Panthers side. Forward it goes. Finding Elisa. Juliana there with that finalization. Throws that one over. Madison there throwing it up into the air. And Noel not wanting to cross the line. Didn't really have the closeness to the net she needed to make a play there. And that'll fall down Panther point. 8-9 is the score. Service by Katrina sends that one screaming across. Shayla with the first touch. Madison there finishing it off. Cassandra throwing it back to the Portersville side. Elisa over towards that left side, finding Todd, slaps that one across with a stick of butter, and it sizzles! Panthers now up 10-8. They're bringing this series back. Service up and over by Katrina Eisler into the back row, 22, finding its way forward. Madison looking to dump it off, but finds the net in the process and not able to get that one past border control. It is now an 8-11 game in favor of the Panthers. Service by Katrina, able to throw that one deep into the Warriors zone, controlled by Noel, finding Madison into the middle. Katie there with a slapper across. Katrina there controlling that one. Elisa into the back row. Coleman there with a boomer, able to drop that one. 13, able to control that back to the Panthers side. Elisa not able to get there in time for the block, and that one trickles down Panthers side. 9-11 the score. Panthers up by 2. Alyssa coming back on to play the front line in number 22's position. And here's Madison with the service. Warrior service making that one up and over. Katrina finding its way forward. Elisa back to Coleman. Coleman hits that one into the midsection of the net. And we got a 1-point difference yet again. Score is now 10-11. Shot goes up and over. Madison puts a lot of mustard on that one and drowns it out in sadness or something like that. My metaphors are a little off today. Panthers back into a 2-point lead situation. Juliana Todd there with that service, hitting Sayla in the arms. Diving play by Tiffany to Katie. Katrina there throwing that one forward. Armor back over to Cassandra. Slaps that one across. Out of bounds is the call. One-point difference, 11-12 is the score. Shot goes up and over by Tiffany. Cassandra in armor to finish that one off. Tiffany with that secondary touch, finalization by Madison. Set goes up and over. Caught in the net was Alyssa for the third time this match. Alyssa pleading her case to the coach so she doesn't get, benched. I feel that. 11-13, Panthers in the lead by 2. Here's Coleman with the service. Shot goes up and over from the back line. Noel finding that one, gets that one over to Madison into the front line. Alyssa there to finish that one off. Diving play from the back line. Noel keeps it alive. Katie there slapping out into the backfield. Referee calls that one out of bounds, and we'll go by that. Coleman there with that service gets that one up and over Noel. Hits the ceiling with it. Madison controlling that one over to Alyssa. Will finish off the play. Juliana Todd over to Armour. Finds Martha on the right to clear that one across. Sailor there with a beamer into the netting. Does not get that one across. Timeout by the Portersville Warriors. Panthers at 15. Warriors at 11. We'll be right back before you know it. Alrighty, both teams ready to rock and roll once again. Hopefully my throat keeps up through the rest of this tournament. I need a cough drop. Coleman there with that service, able to make that one up and over. Noel finding its way to Madison. Throws that into the hands of Sailor, left out of bounds, and it will be so. Panthers now at 16. Portersville at 11. Panthers win this one. They go into a game 3. First to 15, capped at 17. Oh my goodness, Coleman snipes that one from a mile away. He gets a service ace, making it a 17-11 game. Coleman there throwing that one up and just clearing the net. Coleman with yet again another service ace. Coleman throws that one up and over and puts a little bit too much behind that one. But 2 out of 3 is pretty good. Panthers up by 6, 18-12 is the score. Warrior service here, number 11 to do so. Shot comes up and over right, down in the middle. Diving play by Todd keeps it alive. Armour able to throw that one left side. Martha there to send that one up. Trying to clear the net. Oh my goodness! What was that attack? I've never seen anything like it. Put so much spiral on that. If it landed in the water, it'd cause a tsunami. Elisa there throwing that one over. Tiffany with the receiving touch, finding Madison. Slap comes over by Noel, out of bounds. I wonder if I got that on camera or not. I'm not actually sure. Anyway, Panthers up by 8. Service over by Elisa, finding its way into the arms of 11, finding Madison. And then Noel pleads her case for Sailor to go for it. And the Panthers pick up the tally amongst the confusion. 9 points is the difference. Elisa there with that service gets that one up and across. Madison there to clear the net. Katrina over towards that left side. Slap comes across by Monica, and the Warriors will return it. Coleman throws a fist up and apologizes that she kind of stole Elisa's ball. But we will play on 13 Portersville, 21 for Slippery Rock, and Portersville service here. Alyssa, they're getting that one over. Todd throwing it into the wall. Kept alive. Noel throwing it back to the Panthers side. Todd throws that one forward. Katrina over towards that left side. Monica there setting that one across. Madison getting a hand on that one forward. Noel with the over-the-shoulder bump to clear it across the net. Katrina off to the right side. Martha into the deep field. Controlled by Portersville. Slap comes over the shoulder by Madison. Katrina back into the back line. Coleman there with a boomer. They will send that one across. Panthers playing very calm right now, and that's all they need to do. Alyssa there, a little under the pressure, not able to cope. It causes a bit of an error. Monica able to send that one up and over. Tiffany forward. Madison able to throw that one up and over. Juliana finding Katrina, sends that one over the top, but she didn't really have a spiker on that side. Diving play by Katrina. Diving play by Todd. Not able to get underneath it in time. Panthers at 22 and Portersville gaining their 14th tally of the match. Alyssa going on to the bench. 22 taking the back line. Sailor here with the service, sends that one up, and over it goes. Juliana finding Katrina, back sets that one over towards Martha, and she claims that attack goes off the shoulder of number 11 and out of bounds. Cassandra coming into the fray for the Panthers, and the spot of the libero on the front line. Panthers 2 points away from closing this one out. Martha there throwing that one over top the net. Number 22 returns to the Panthers. Noel dumps it off. Toth ready for that one. Katrina over towards the right side of the court. Cassandra there to clear that one across. Number 22 finding it forward. Absolutely creams that one into the next continuous. The attack from Tiffany, and the Panthers now looking at match point in a 10-point deficit. Shot comes over by Martha, controlled by Sailor, finding its way into... Well, all right. That's unfortunate for the Warriors, as the Warriors fall 14-25 here in game number 2. We'll move into game 3, where we'll play at a 15. And, yeah, we'll bring you back when we're ready to rock. Both teams ready to rock and roll. We just had the other game conclude, so the loser of this goes on to play the Patriots. Tiffany there there receiving that one, finding its way to Madison, crossing the crease, gets that one up and over. Elisa finding Cassandra, throws that up and across. Saylor with the receiving touch, finding Madison will get that into an attacking position. Coleman forward. Elisa able to back that one over top of the line. Noel to Madison. Shot comes over by Katie, kept alive by Coleman, finding Elisa to Monica. From the back line, Tiffany finds some life into the hands of Alyssa. Katrina, Elisa, then to Cassandra. Tips that one past the line. Sayla called for the carry. And the Panthers break the goose egg first. Only 3 teams left in this tournament. Let's see how this plays out. Shot comes over by Juliana, goes off Sayla and into the wall. Score now 2-0. Panthers leading. 13 points away from closing it out. Service comes up and over by Juliana, kept alive by Tiffany, gets that one forward. Madison not able to get underneath it in time. Panthers now at 3. Both teams still having their timeout. Service goes up and over by Todd, out of bounds. Was called from the bench, but not by the line judge. Panthers now at 4. From the expressions on the bench, I think Martha was the one that called it out. Service up and over by Juliana from the back line. Finds a little life, but Madison chokes on that one. Timeout by the Portersville Warriors. I do not want to be in that huddle, but we will be here. 5-0 Panthers. We'll bring you back when we're ready to rock once again. Alrighty, both teams coming out of the gate ready and fired up. Panthers at a 5-point lead right now. They only need 10 more to close out the series. Noel to the front line. Madison able to throw that one court wide in finalization by Alyssa. Coleman there receiving that one for the Panthers. Finding Elisa over to Cassandra. Slaps that one across and lands out of bounds. Portersville find themselves on the board 1-5. Tiffany here with a service, able to slap that one up and across, deep right field. Able to control that one was Juliana. Elisa over to Monica, tops that one off. Madison forward, Alyssa finishing it off. Armour there on the front line, back sending over to Cassandra. Tips that one past the block, and Katie called for the carry. Panthers now at 6. Service from Cammy, able to send that one up and over, controlled by Noel, finding its way into the palm of Sayla to finish off that play. Inbounds, Cammy Coleman loses traction. It's like she's in socks out there. Number 11 taking Katie's spot in the back line, and she will be the one to serve this one up. Panthers up by 4, 2-6, the current score. Portersville looking to gain some momentum here. Juliana there to send that one back over top. Tiffany finding Madison over towards Sayla. Sayla sends that one up and over. Katrina there in the back row controlling that one to Armour. Dumps that one off. Madison there dumping into the Panthers zone. Coleman to Lisa finding its way to the right side. Martha sends it up off the block of Noel and gives her a taste of her own medicine. Panthers now up 7-2. So they're sending that one up and over. Tiffany getting a hand on that one, but goes away. Everything turning out for the team in the royal blue. Shot goes up and over. Tiffany there controlling that one. Madison with the secondary. Noel there with the final touch. Hits her right hand, and that one will claim a point. 3-8 is now the score. Panthers up, but Portersville is slowly creeping up on them. Alyssa there with that service, gets that one up and never kept alive by Armour from the back line, finding Katrina off to the right side. Shot goes up by Martha, kept alive by Alyssa. Madison there to finish that one off with a bump and an impossible angle. Katrina over to Monica, slaps that one up, skips it across the netting and scores. Takes a page out of Laura Hone's book and makes it count. Service up and over, able to find that way to the back line. Number 11 able to find its way to Madison and then to the hands of Noel. Throws it up past the block of Katrina. Katrina getting a hit on that one. Martha not able to quite swing that one around in time to get a touch on it. And Portersville now at 4. 22 comes on for Alyssa. And here's the service by Sela. Able to get that one up and over. Tossed over to Katrina. Finds its way back to Martha. Slaps that one across. Kept alive from the back line. 11, Tiffany, then to Noel. Katrina wins the tipping battle. Out of bounds it falls. And Katrina's fired up like a hamster on Red Bull now. It's like a foot height difference. I don't know how that worked out. Martha there with that service. Tiffany up, Noel dumps it off, kept alive by Monica, out of bounds it falls. Portersville have a little bit of life, 5 to 10, now the score. Panthers 5 points away from closing out game number 3. Noel here, number 10 on the Portersville side to slow things down and serve this one up. Service up and over, Coleman finding its way forward, dumped off, and Katrina there to deny it! My goodness! She's feeling it tonight. Oh, look at that. Almost hit puberty. Woo. Sela, forward. Madison getting a hit on it. To nobody. Panthers 3 points away from closing it out. And Portersville looking at it without a timeout. Noel just looking to buy a little bit of time. No shame in that. It's a little slippery over there. Panthers 3 points away from closing out the series. Here's Gabriel Eisler, player of the match. 22 finding Madison, gets that one across the crease. Shot goes over by Tiffany. Diving play. Katrina nor Coleman could get underneath it in time. We have a 6-12 game in favor of Slippery Rock. Portersville looking for a substitution, but it's too late. Didn't though. Referee is pleading that you're not allowed to substitute after the server gets set, and so Lou's just going to call for a reserve on this. She was going to forfeit the entire points of the Panthers, but I don't think that's the right decision this late in the game, but it is what it is. Cassandra there setting that one across the net. Tiffany down underneath, getting that one over to Madison, back over to Tiffany. Tiffany snaps that one up. Cassandra tipping that one past the block. Katie called for the carry. 13-6 Panthers. Substitution is called. 22-6 seat on the bench, and Alyssa coming on to play the court. Panthers 2 points away from making it into the finals of the 2020 preseason tournament. Juliana there sending that one up and over, kept alive by Noel. Madison into the back line. Tiffany sending that one over. Katrina there going to control that one. Elise over towards that left side. Monica throwing that one into no man's lane, but ready for that one was Madison. Tiffany letting out a little bit of aggression, and then cause of that one gives the Panthers their 14th point of game number 3. Juliana there sending that one over, out of bounds. 7-14. Panthers still looking at match point right here. Can't get much closer than this. Maybe it can. We're going to find out. Tiffany with that service throws that one into the back line. Let go! Out of bounds! The Slippery Rock Panthers for the second consecutive year make it to the finals in the 2020 preseason tournament. Portersville goes on to play the Patriots. And, yeah. So we'll see you in the finals. Thanks for tuning in to Slippery Rock Sports Network. I'm Gabriel Eisler, and hopefully we will see you next time.